Welcome to another exciting adventure through the world of Whitefell. I am your host, the Whitefell DM. We are currently going through a Salt Marsh campaign. A majority of our players are playing as spiritual weapons held by their hosts. We are joined now by several of our players that are getting ready for an adventure through Salt Marsh. And one of our players is having their first time through their campaign adventure this time. And we're going to go ahead and be able to really get an aspiration for the background and the lure behind a majority of the goings around behind the Scarlet Brotherhood, as well as several of our other merchants and mercenaries. We're going to go now to Marina Storm. What are you currently doing?
Hello. I am probably, let me pull up my map again. I think we ended our last session where we had just been given a quest at Prime Water Mansion, right? So I was probably on my way to go see Captain Dandar, right?
Okay.
Because Prime Water had given me to go ask about my items at her place, and I think she's over at we pull up the town map.
Yeah. Give me just a few seconds.
Here, original, right? I can.
Yeah, if you could share it. You want to share the town map?
Oh. Okay, I have it. I'm sharing.
Literally just dropped all the paperwork on the floor.
Paperwork?
All the paperwork on the floor. Dropped all of it.
Not the paperwork.
All the paperwork on the floor.
Well, hey, my internet works again. Hooray!
Yeah, we had some technical difficulty earlier as well.
I see that. I got the internet working, and then it said stream ended. No.
Yep.
Not the stream. No, I've been dealing with this all morning. I went to bed.
D10s roll away further than every other dice. What?
They like to go further, yeah.
Oh, there we go.
It's like to run away.
And this goes here. Okay. I got the paperwork back in order. Okay, so what the hell are we doing now?
What are we doing now?
I have no idea. I was trying to introduce one of our new players, but he just texted me saying that he had internet issues and that his computer's going in and out, so he won't be able to log on until the computer figures out what's going on. So
Have you suggested that he try to log on from his phone?
Everybody, we're just all dealing with computer problems today.
No, I understand. It's just I've done this like straight from my phone before, and it worked fine.
That's what I'm doing too. I'm doing it from the phone. I got multiple cameras set up here. We got.
I see.
Okay.
Doing it live.
All right.
Fuck it.
We're live. For real. It's just like there's so much. Like it's just whatever's working, whatever's clever. Okay.
Oh my one
deflated.
Of my missing D10.
Okay.
4, 5.
Get some dice and our dice chamber here.
Yeah,
I can't see in here, really. Let's get a closer view. What the fuck? Why is this wire attached? There we go. And then how do I extend this outwards? Not breaking it. Okay.
So how have you been, Fiona?
Sore as fuck, really. I walked 2 miles on Tuesday to go to my doctor's office and back. and my legs are so atrophied right now. Like just that, my legs have been burning every day since. So it's been
I wonder if
super.
you could do like get you a pair of bands, you know,
I do
like
have a
real
band.
lights. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a band. So I'm already working with the band for. All right, so
It's
let me.
hard to do calves and quads with, you know?
So the litany of injuries. All right, I have turf toe and a sprained ankle on the same foot. I have plantar fasciitis on both feet.
I do as well. I
Um,
just got a thing.
oh,
This thingy. The foot gym.
Okay.
And this thing goes in your freezer and like
uh-huh.
freezes it.
Okay. See, I have this thing.
Patch it. Yeah. Yeah, you got like what do they call those?
It's a gua sha scraper.
And then, well, no, I'm just go for it.
I also have this thing called a Calf Pro, which is a ramp that you put your foot into, and it's got a little lock for your heel that goes up against a door jamb, and
Yeah,
you
okay.
use it to like leverage your entire calf.
Yeah, for the planner stuff. Yeah.
Well, it works all the way up the Achilles and the hamstring, and it helps you gain like flexibility over time. And then I have exercises that I do from my my physical therapist for like all of the things. So my exercises are like an hour and a half to 2 hours a day. I also do somatics at least once a week, but Kira showed me one yesterday, especially for the majority of the pain that I'm having is like on the front anterior side of the shin, like that part of your calf. So she showed me a somatic stretch that I can do to release that set of muscles. So I'm doing that every morning now. So that adds another like 5 to 10 minutes. And I'm also doing trauma release exercises, which is another half an hour or more. I spend a lot of
those Kira DMs for sure.
Oh, dude, you
get that.
so Monday is a somatics class.
Okay.
It's at 6:30. It is
Okay.
free. She works on a gift-based economy, so you can start with her at any time for nothing and just like check out what's there. And they have a lot of different things. So this morning I did the TRE, which is it involves like the hip to thigh area in like releasing tension. But over time, like as you practice it, the rest of your body can get involved. But I find that is very helpful because I've got a lot of pain as well in like the anterior of the front side of my thighs as well, that no amount of massage or CBD or anything that I can think of to do to them releases that pain. So I'm just dealing with a lot.
This medieval device.
What is that?
This is leg stretcher. Right? So,
what?
Yep. So what you do is fits your ankles in here.
Mm-hmm.
Set this down on the ground, right? And then you still pull yourself into this. Right? You could put a band around yourself and on the tag here, and it just like things as you pull this get wider, right? So it helps that whole anterior. All my mobility stuff is hip stuff. So like I have a whole routine for hip mobility. My martial art background, like, is between both jiu-jitsu and taekwondo, both of those have like you need hip mobility, a lot of it.
Hmm.
I'm very close to being able to do splits, like right there. But my hips were higher, right? And figure out like why is this the case? Why are they constantly like in pain? And it's usually because the stability muscles around all those ligaments and joints and stuff are you're not using,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And now that
So
you are using them, it sucks, you know.
yes, and
So
I find somatics, if you can find the right movement
yeah,
to basically like press into it and then like very slowly
yep,
release, like to reintegrate your brain to your movement. That is
yep.
like my number one thing.
Like mind muscle connection stuff. Yeah, those are all. Oh, well, like you got like nerve damage, right?
Not so
There
much.
or
Not
okay.
I do have some, but it's from like rotator cuff injuries,
Oh,
and it's mostly on the right,
fun,
and
super
it's
fun
like
stuff.
down here, or I'm
Do
sorry,
you do
it's
like
like
rotator
here.
cuff work now, or
No,
there's a
God
new
no,
thing I saw
I don't
for
fuck with it.
rotator stuff that is so fun, right? I do rotator stuff, banded rotator stuff all the time, but for like any pressing workout or any arm workout, I'm always throwing rotator stuff in. But they have these new things that I've been seeing on Instagram, which how Instagram is the worst when it comes to like targeted advertising. It's awful, right?
I
Like
don't
I'll
go to
search one
Instagram
thing
at
on
all.
Amazon, and then Instagram just shoves like, "Oh, do you want peanut butter? And all the peanut butter?" It's like, dude, I looked at peanut butter once. Like, leave me alone. Like,
I have a
I'll talk
solution.
about peanut butter, and
Just
it'll
don't go
come
to
up.
Instagram.
Yeah, but Instagram, you know, how else am I gonna see what Joe Rogan is working out with? You know,
Do we care?
like, I mean, not really, but you
Yeah. So
know.
I'm like, if the answer isn't hell yes, I'm like, well then forget it. I don't.
Right? I don't
Like
get on
that's
it all the
basically
time,
where
but
listen. That's where I'm at with social media. If the answer isn't hell yes, like fuck it. Oh
yeah.
no. Like
But
I technically
anyway,
have Snapchat, but does it stay loaded on my phone all the time? No.
right?
And when it does,
Snapchat's
do
the
I know
worst.
who's even on there? No.
Snapchat to me is like the most manipulative like thing in weird ways where it's like, oh
I
yeah, you
hate
can
it.
see exactly when I read the message, you can see if I read it, you can see if I downloaded it, you can see if I, haven't seen it, and then it goes away in a day. So people are like,
Oh
"Oh
no,
dude, go look at my thing." I'm like, "Go ahead."
it can go away immediately if you don't change all your conversation settings.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
I can't do that. Like
Yeah, it's
I need
super
somebody
weird
to
and
remind me, well what did we talk
I
like
get what
well,
it's I get what it's used for. I mean, I get why it
booty
exists.
calls and cheating on
Well,
your wife?
yes.
Is
I
that what it's for?
mean, not necessarily that, consensual sending of, pictures and videos that you want to not easily be, sent to other people. I get it, you know, like people be asking for nudes all the time. I understand, but it's still like that's
There's
all I
not.
would use it
If you
for.
haven't seen it, in person, then you don't need to see it.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
easy.
It's really easy. But it's so we're waiting on
Did we have
the
some I thought we had somebody else earlier.
yeah, Mara. Yeah, did. And I think Soul can't make it today, right? He had stuff. So I have a big later, 9 o'clock. ART
Let's see. I don't know because they
2
didn't write
p.m.
anything in scheduling.
Um I've got what? I think I've got Fee and Pasta coming. Got Kit might show up. I forget who's all showing up. But we're doing a post March for Medicare for All thing. How we're supposed to move forward from all that, what we do next. We'll see how that goes. That's at 9 o'clock. Whiteville. Whiteville's dice. I
Yeah,
didn't see what you rolled though on the dice. That's impressive. Here. How's my dice
yeah.
going on? Blocked itself? Gave up? Here's my camera. Camera 1 front facing. Depth. I want max resolution, and I want camera facing back. Audio source, no audio. Even though I could set that up.
Oh my goodness, child! Stop that.
Where's my weirdo at? Was here a second ago.
So I bought this 4-pack of kombucha before I realized that they have no alcohol. Like, what the shit is that?
I mean, how do you do kombucha without alcohol? That's just like.
I don't know, but it's not satisfying.
You should make it yourself.
I'm actually in the process of making my own June, which is similar, but you use green tea leaves and honey.
Yep.
Instead of sugar.
There's a channel on YouTube that I actually quit watching because they were the company behind them got into some weird racial issues and terrible stuff with their staff. And anyway, the Bone App people, which are owned by like Condé Nast, right? Like Vanity Fair, that whole magazine thing. Anyway, they had a YouTube channel that a guy named Brad Leone, right? Had kind of like pushed really hard, and he's got It's Alive with Brad, which is like the only show on that channel that's worth watching for. All the other people left because they were like, fuck this shit. They all now have their own channels. Check out Claire Saffitz on YouTube, and Gabby. Gabby's cooking. Gabby's very nice. She's from Argentina. She love it. She love it lots.
You love it long time?
I wouldn't know about long time, but she definitely love it.
Oh, okay.
That Argentinian accent, but her empanada recipe is amazing. But anyway, Brad does fermented stuff. So like he's got a couple episodes on kombucha and lacto fermented stuff and one of the ones I wanted to try recently was fermented garlic honey. Sounds amazing.
Okay.
He just like put garlic and honey. Sure. I mean the stuff that I need like the fermentation lids, stuff like that for a lot of that. You're doing like fermented. Welcome back, Whiteville. How are you doing?
Waiting for you guys to finish up your conversation.
Yeah, we were.
We've been filling it in the gap, like while you were.
Yeah,
out,
we were just like, oh, he's not here.
You left us.
I was just
we didn't have anything to do.
We're talking about foot stuff. I'm just gonna go to the bathroom. I was like,
yeah,
that's cool.
I don't have any foot problems, but I had nothing to say about the conversation, so I was just like, I'm gonna beeline it out of here.
I mean, you've got like practically your metabolism is probably super high. You got none of those weird fat people problems.
No, I have no problems whatsoever. No,
you can't eat enough. That's probably your issue. Right?
It's fine.
Okay, so where did we leave off on time? The last session.
That's what I didn't write that down. So hopefully.
Hold on. No, we were playing for
4 hours.
4 hours
yes.
and
20
minutes.
No, and I have it clocked on our because I already split the videos up in trim. It's exactly 4 hours.
Okay.
Still
All
missing
right.
it.
Fine.
Here, how did it get over here? Found it. We're good. I think I was like, we were at Prime Water Mansion, me and Soul were, right? How do we want to do Soul today? How do we want to just like they went off somewhere, or how's that work? Wayfo?
He's frozen.
Oh no, not frozen. White fell. Quick, someone roll AC check.
So it
AC
should
check on
it,
Whitefell.
it should be exactly 24 hours after the day. So it should be 8 p.m. the next day.
That is
Okay.
8:40 p.m.
Yeah,
So
there you go.
it's-
40.
We ended it at nighttime, right? Because I like, did I
Mhm.
go back to the safe house?
I think so. What was your last things that you did?
Or was that after?
in the session?
I think we woke up and they went to like the courthouse or whatever to go get info on the bounty, right?
did-
And then we met up at Prime Water Mansion again. At least that's where I was, right? And I had brought her and the kid. I
No,
brought
do
his
it.
kid with us, right? And I asked him what about our magical items. Soul got a magical item. I forget what that one was called. It was some skirt, right? So and a helmet, and we asked where to go look at that, right? And he said, go find Captain Xandar, right? Who I would know is in the faithful quartermasters of Luz, right? They just set up shop there, right? As a merchant conglomerate. I forget exactly what it says they are. If they have like a title.
I don't think they have a title yet.
Yeah. But there was that, and I think that's kind of where we ended. We got a quest to go to deal with some gnoblins over near the Huel Marshes, right? Like between here and the Huel Marshes, right? Which if we look over here on our region map is somewhere over here, right? So how far away is that?
What is the Fisher currently doing? Well, you don't have any transportation, so you would walk, and
yeah, which would take like
you can't transverse some of this land because you're just a human.
Yeah. Okay.
So you either get a guard to accompany you, or acquire a horse, or some form of better transportation.
Right. I mean, I probably can ask Galen for assistance. But like I probably would have asked that like when he gave us the quest, like, hey, where do I go see for transportation? But where exactly is that encounter, Whitefell? It's like it was between the Huel Marshes and us, right? So somewhere in between that, right? There, you said something specific, right? Like on a road.
What, the goblin encounter?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm. There's so many pages. Give me a second.
No worries. But I think that's where we stopped off. So I think me and Soul were together. I don't remember what the fisherman was doing. So
Let's catch up with the Fisher while I'm getting all this organized. So Fisher, you're just sleeping, right? Because that's all you do is just sleep and fish.
the last thing I remember you doing was being at the docks looking for rumors. That was the last.
Yeah, so I had found a groomer, but the purpose of my being at the docks was specifically to look for the person that we are hunting the bounty on. Yeah. Let's see. It's 8:40. Yeah, it's 8:40. I'm back on my boat.
Back on the boat. Oh, I added we added some stuff. I had let me pull that up, that document. There is apps doc D&D. No, I might. Then did I save that? Probably. Doc.
Yeah, goblins. Okay, so yeah, the goblins, and then what about the whole marshes? What about the whole marshes?
I was just wondering, like, you know, because that's our quest. So I probably need to, like, was it did it say between the Huel Marshes and us, or
No, all he referred to you is that it happened near Hool Marshes.
okay, right? And who are they? Who are the goblins attacking? They were attacking Prime Waters, like smuggling.
Smugglers, and they took your supplies.
Okay, cool. So let me pull up.
Oh my goodness, children.
So this was yesterday or Thursday. I found a we found the, like, smugglers. What did you call it? Like the good smuggling goods list or whatever, right? This is like a thing where it's available for all the smugglers to see. It's something that, like, hey, we need this stuff to sell, right? A crate of 59 dried Schmetterling fish. I think in the general
That's not it.
have go to the HSP group. Let's go to general. I put in the full list of D&D drugs. Ooh, drugs.
Drugs.
Um,
Oh, here.
so on this list includes 3 drugs that if I go get them, we get some gold stars. But none of them are very easy. So there is.
Okay, so what ended up happening?
I think the fisher, you were like out fishing, right? You probably taking your boat out and
It is currently 8:40 at night. I am on my boat preparing to go to sleep.
so replace, what did we say, Whitefell, the mite fish with schmeltering fish.
Yeah.
In your thing.
Yeah, replace that.
Yeah, I forgot.
We have to also
pick
dry
that up,
them.
so.
But if you can get 59 of those, I would appreciate
59 of them. That's a lot.
Yes, over the campaign as you fish. So we also have to have them dry. So
okay, well, your character is going to have to talk to my character about that.
Yes, will do.
All right. So while you're in the town of Phandalin, you have Phandalin, and while you're in the town of Saltmarsh, you have 5 employment options to do every single day, and you get paid at the end of the week. You could either get hired by the Owenland family to work on fishing boats, repairs, and building. You could either join the guard and report to Alendar Fireborn. You can take short-term work from Gelen Prime Water smuggling operations. You can mine or other forms of manual labor with the dwarves led by Manistred Copperlocks. And finally, you can do laboring on the docks, loading and unloading ships for Anders Solmar Trading Company. Pick one now.
So I was gonna go to the quartermaster of Lulls, where I was out of the Prime Water, but I could just do smuggling.
So you choose taking short-term work in Glenwater Prime Water smuggling operation.
Yeah.
Okay. Fisher?
Doing my fishing stuff.
Nope. You have to choose one of the 5 employments while you're here in Saltmarsh.
What were they again? I mean, there was smuggling. There was.
You can get hired by the Owenland family to work on a fishing on their fishing boat, repairing and constructing it, joining the guard and reporting to Elendar Fireborn, taking short-term work for Glenwater Prime Water's smuggling operation, mining or other forms of manual labor with the dwarves led by Manistred Copperworks, or laboring at the docks loading and unloading foreign ships for Anders Solmar's Trading Company.
I'm gonna go with smuggling.
And why can't I fish for a living?
I guess you can. That's fine.
I'm
Well,
just asking. Like, is it like part of the campaign that you?
it is, but it's fine. You can be a fisher if you want. I'll invent a whole thing for that. That's okay.
Well, you can do it off that the fishing boat people.
No, it's specifically for their family members. It's fine. It's okay. That's fine.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Um,
where are we going first?
I don't know. Where would you guys like to go?
I'm gonna go to the quartermaster of Lulls, please.
Okay.
Do the quartermasters, and then I'll go do some smuggling stuff at Prime Water because I'm gonna have to go back and. So I'm gonna head there with my helmet in tow, and do I have Soul with me?
No,
Or do you
he's
just want to have
the
Soul
characters
go
are
do their own
inoperational if
stuff?
the player's not playing with them.
Okay. Cool.
A trade delegation led by Captain Xandors, a female tiefling priest, has come to Saltmarsh to acquire large quantities of fish, salted and preserved for transport in name of Lulls. A mighty Cambion and demigod who rules much of the distant north, Lul's realm does not produce enough food to feed all of its citizens. So it relies on imports for the rest. And Saltmarsh is one of its major suppliers. The minions of Lulz have only rarely come into direct conflict with Keoland, and his ongoing war with Keoland's rivals makes the nation an acceptable trade partner in the eyes of the king. The emissaries from Lulz pay on time, and they buy shiploads of fish at once. So no one inquires too closely into the captain's she's got a demonic voice, or her penchant for wearing gold jewelry etched with grim designs of torture and pain. Xander sometimes has need for adventurers. She is particularly interested in tracking down an apparatus of Qualish. If news of one reaches her, she offers magic items to those willing to recover it for her. Short of an artifact, she can supply anything if given enough time to send word to Lulz, is her home realm and faction in the Nether Realm. If her offer is rebuked, agents of Lulz conjure a team of demonic assassins to take the device and spirit it back to Lulz's realm. Xandar is only paid off by 50 gold pieces and can only be found once per day at 10 p.m. at night. Xander comes through a magical teleportation that she conjures from her homeworld of Lulz. A majority of Saltmarsh's townfolk meet at the local area and gather in line, taking numbers to see her at the end of the day. A majority of the players' ambitions might be thwarted by this line, so it's suggested that players find exactly what she needs so that they can get a front line to get to the front of the line.
Cool.
So when you arrive, you see a long line of people from Saltmarsh.
Okay.
Okay.
With like they've all got stuff. Looks like Antiques Roadshow out there, probably.
Yeah, it really
Right.
does. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's people holding a chair, and this guy's got an old hook, and
Yeah, because she
there's-
identifies items, so there's lots of stupid shit like that too. It literally is like an Antiques Roadshow. That's funny.
How slow is the line moving?
It's not 10 o'clock, so she hasn't even conjured into this world yet.
Gotcha. Okay, it's what time is it now? It's like
I started our
9.
clock officially at the 20 mark, so
Okay.
17 minutes has elapsed.
Okay, so we're at it's like around 9 o'clock, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
9, like 8:30 in the morning, like that. I think,
Yeah.
right? 'Cause we started at like 8 something, I think. So
But
anyway,
was it PM or is it AM?
I don't remember. Probably PM.
PM.
Yeah. So, like, would there even be a line there? Probably not.
Yeah. It says people gather there and they get there early.
Gotcha. So people would definitely be there. It's like 8 in the morning, we'll say.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm probably just going to like see if I can like sneak a little bit further into the line.
Okay.
Right? I'm using stealth. Each one each. Right? 15.
Okay.
Have
You
some
skip
character.
past 6 people in line, but the 7th person says, "Hey, what do you think you're doing?"
I just need to be a little bit earlier. I got a lot of stuff to do.
Well, we all have a lot of stuff to do. I mean, look at this.
For
You see
sure.
this spoon? This spoon was from my
Spoon.
grandmother, and he goes on for 20 minutes telling you about his grandmother's spoon.
Well, I can.
Oh,
Do you want to get in front of me? Right? I just ask him. Like, look, I can sneak you ahead a little bit if you need to.
He looks at
You
you
gotta
like,
go.
no. It's all about being fair. We all waited here long and hard, and then you look further down the line, and there's like people with like sleeping bags and like tents.
Right. Okay. Well, look, you do me this one favor, and I'll catch your next one. I promise. You have my word.
The person behind you rolled a 20 and realized that you're not the person that was right in front of him.
Okay.
Hey, you're not the guy that was in front of me. This guy's cutting in line.
No, I definitely was the guy in front of you.
Okay, performance check.
Yes, sir. Or can I make a deception check?
I guess either one.
I'm
I mean,
deceived.
you would have to convince me.
Yeah, I'm looking for my build out. Open with. Go the acrobat. Then list down. So I have deception +2.
Okay.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think we need to start letting my sword influence things too. By I think it does. I'm here.
If you're not, so it depends on the scenario you use it in.
15 plus 2,
Okay.
17.
I got a 17 as well. It's a tie.
Okay.
Try again.
So
Try again. No, he didn't convince me. We're in line right now.
Okay.
There's
Okay.
no try
Yeah, but like
again. Oh well.
are you like
Go ahead, try
neutral?
again.
Well, like you're
You're like
equally.
maybe you were.
That's
Maybe
true.
you were, you know,
Maybe.
like look, it's all cool. Look, I get
I
it.
look
We've
at the
all got
guy
stuff to
past
do,
you,
right?
and I ask him, "Hey, does this guy cut in line?" And the guy in front of you looks at you, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Mm."
We're cool, right?
I don't know.
You know,
Are we?
I take out like
I got a
1 GP
16.
out of my pocket and
I got a
start like flicking
16.
it.
Oh, you got some
Okay,
gold.
I just start like
Oh,
flicking
okay.
some GPs up and down.
Yeah.
Right?
He was definitely in front of you. What are you saying? No, this guy was
I toss
definitely
him
in front of you. And
toss
like
him
when he
one of the gold
points, he opens
pieces,
his left hand.
right? Yeah, I just like toss the one of the you know, I sleight of hand my money to him,
All right.
right?
Yeah.
And so that the other person doesn't see it.
So
Right.
there's a total
Um,
of 13 people still in front of you in line.
Okay, that's cool. I guess I'm just chilling out here for a while until I could start asking people about some stuff. Anyone hear about those goblins over there by Huel Marsh? Anyone hear anything about that? Right? I doubt any of them have any information on that. Anyone know? You know, I could ask about the bounty, right? Anders Lee, is that his name? On the bounty. How many? Like, I imagine I've like built a rapport now with like the 3 or 4 people around me, chatting, right? You know, I've learned about the spoon.
I was gonna
Spoon
say
is
that
super cool.
I forgot to mention that the people who are at this are a majority of like old people. It's not really like young
Gotcha.
people that would be adventurers.
Yeah, it's like Antiques Roadshow, right? It's like they only care about the stuff they found and had in their attic for a while.
True that.
I start like showing them my like helmet that I'm bringing, right?
Okay.
I'm like, look at this helmet. Do I also have that skirt? That I brought that with me?
No, that's Soul. I guess if you want to do it on Soul's behalf.
Yeah, because like, Prime Water gave me like 100 GP to go ask, right? So, and I've given away 1 GP, right?
Yeah.
So, pull my character sheet up and subtract 1 GP. 122. All right. So how long do I have to wait there? Essentially.
Well, you're only going to wait there for 10 more minutes as you see a portal open, and as the portal opens, you can see a demonic tiefling step out.
Would I recognize her? Would I have like seen that around town?
The tiefling?
Like,
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, like I would know who Captain Xandar was.
Definitely.
Right?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be shocked or whatever. Be like, oh, cool. Business is open. Right? What does she start doing?
What happens?
Does she come with like an entourage?
No, it's
Captain
just
Xandar.
her.
Just her.
Yeah.
So big spooky portal opens up. She pops out. Portal closes. What does she start doing? Does she like go and like unlock doors and
How does that volcano
start opening
look, by
up
the way?
business?
That volcano looks super cool.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. Yep. I think once it starts going, it'll be better. Right? I wish they made like a Stargate like sideways lava. Could like I watched the whole thing on how they did that water effect.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so like she starts like opening the business and like letting people in and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh,
How
okay.
fast
So
does she get?
she looks through people's stuff. She's just assisting everybody back and forth, getting everybody's stuff done. So Captain Xandar of the Faithful Quartermasters of Lulls has magical items for sale, and can also broker the sale of magical items. She says out loud. Any such items comes with a wild curse. However, anyone attuned to this item can be targeted by and detected throughout spells casted by myself. With no limit to range, any saving throws triggered by this spell automatically fail, and target with no knowledge of the casting. This curse can be detected by casting my identification spell on any item. So, when you bring your items to me, I will know their GPS coordinates at all times. Thank you, and welcome to Xandar's Planetarium. She opens up this
Hey,
door, and some people go through, and then when you get there, she asks you for 50 gold pieces.
yep. I give her the 100 G that I have. Put both
No, no,
items
no.
down.
It's 50 gold pieces just to engage in her
Just
services.
right, which I have 100 prime.
Okay, so she just asked for 50.
Yep, I give her 50.
Okay, she says, "Welcome.
I
How
pull
can
out.
I assist you?"
Well, I have these two items here. I have this helmet, and I clunk this helmet down, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I put the skirt on the table as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I essentially tell her where I got it. Prime Water was looking to get rid of these. He seemed to wanted to get rid of them pretty easily since he gave them to me for free without any repercussions.
She looks at the
Um,
stamp on the inside of the helmet and
yeah,
the engraving on the inside of the dress or the
yeah.
skirt. I'm sorry, the skirt. And she identifies them as being rare. And she is requiring 2,500 gold pieces to reveal what they do.
Okay, I definitely don't have that much money. Can we put that on Prime Water's tab? Prime Water have a
No,
tab
this
here?
this is direct payments only. There's no tabs here at her place.
Okay.
And remember, as soon as you identify it, it has a GPS on it.
Gotcha. Gotcha. So, and I've like not put this helmet on at all, right?
No.
Like, okay. Um,
She also
all right, is
tells
there
you that it will take 2 weeks to tell you what the effect of the helmet is, and 4 weeks to tell you what the effect of the skirt is.
okay. Well, I appreciate it, I guess. Is there anything else you could tell me about these two items?
No.
Why I okay.
Xander says, "I'm always in the lookout for items that I can buy or resell, but these are special, and I cannot buy them from you."
Gotcha. All right. Um, well, I appreciate it. Anything I can do to help you?
She's currently looking for. Give me just a moment.
Let me write it down.
She's currently looking for the head of the dwarves located at the Wicker's Goat, and
Okay.
he has information on something that they just mined into and could possibly be lucrative for her.
Okay. How do you spell this NPC's name again? Captain Xandros.
Xendros, Xandros.
Andrew. Right? And he wants go through that again so I can write it out.
For what?
She
The
wants
quest?
dwarf. Yeah.
Oh, she wants you to go to the Wicker Goat and find the head of the dwarves that are mining, doing the mining operation, and get the item that they just recently mined, or
Okay, so
acquire it.
Xanros wants to go to the Wicker Goat and find the head of the dwarves and get the recent mined item. Cool. All right.
Yeah, whatever,
Well-
whatever they just recently mined. It doesn't even tell me, so it must be on a different page.
And how would one be compensated for that?
You get compensated for it. It has the price for when you return it. So she tells you it'll be worth your while.
Well, I guess I'm gonna head that way then. I appreciate it.
Okay.
You wouldn't know anything about this bounty here. Pull out like the bounty from my just asked to see if she knows anything, the name or recognizes the name.
Nope, she does not recognize the name.
Cool. Well, I am going to go. I guess I should go ahead to do some smuggling at Prime Waters.
Okay. What did you end up smuggling?
That's a good question.
Because when you
Just
show
to
up, they're
go
going to
on
ask you for your daily donation.
daily dues, right? Which what is our daily? I guess it comes from the list of stuff that I have.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're a
So-
smuggler. That's a part of
Yep.
the employment that I gave you.
Yep. How do I get? Ale's probably the thing to find.
Mm-hmm.
Where would that stuff?
Do what?
Well, I had to find some of this stuff, right? So 10 barrels of ale,
Mhm.
7 crates of gunpowder.
Yeah.
I need to pick one of these, right?
Yeah, you can pick any of them. You also have
Yeah.
just your short-term work through Prime Water's smuggling operation, which is just going and smuggling items underneath
Yeah.
guards' noses.
Let's go do that then.
Okay.
That was my point.
All right. So, do you have your current list of things that you're going to smuggle? Do you have information from your superior? Do you have
I would
any of that
imagine
information?
so. I don't have it on me. I mean,
Okay.
I have the list of the stuff that they're always looking for.
Right, the whole faction, the faction board. Understandable.
Yeah. So, like, what would be normal smuggling stuff?
I have the list
Right.
here. It's just you never went to go
Okay.
acquire it from the NPC.
Okay.
That's
So,
super
well, I'm gonna head
metagaming. I
towards-
can't just do that out of the
I'm
blue.
gonna go to the NPC. I'm gonna go to Prime Water Mansion and go to the guy who's out in his like little smuggling den.
Okay,
Right?
It's
There's, like, a little-
it's
we
in the
go to the barrels
basement.
and
Mhm.
yep, we go to the barrels around the corner from the empty net and like open it up and
Mhm.
like it's big enough to fit like a whole like horse carriage, right? The open. They got to move freight and stuff in.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Fisher, what are you
but-
currently doing while he's on his way to? He already went to the quartermaster, and he's on his way to the mansion. So, what are you
Yeah.
doing this?
It
time?
is. It's nearly midnight. I am asleep.
Okay. All right. So when you get to the mansion,
Yep.
you notice that everyone is kind of bustling around trying to get the rest of the smuggling operations going because at nighttime they're the
Right.
most busy.
Yep, and I already gave my dues to for today. I think for like 4 live chickens, right?
Yeah.
They're probably still trying to round up one of them, right?
Okay.
There's some like
Well,
sailors
it's
trying
midnight,
to like
so you can get a little bit of head start on your next day's dues. So
Yeah.
your next day's
That's why
dues
I
is
was
4 sacks of flour.
okay, and that's essentially my like smuggling job.
Mhm.
that as well
Yeah.
as like, or is that on top of
No, that's what you're supposed to do for your daily bring back to the
daily bring?
smuggler. Uh-huh.
Okay.
And then do you
So
want to know your job?
yes, yeah, I was
Okay.
like going up to the NPC who's like in charge.
So your
Hey,
job is
what's my job for today?
so your
You
job
got any gigs for me?
is to go to the Keladec Tower and
Okay.
and acquire Z-Mall's blood and put it inside of a vial for Galen Prime Water.
Okay, and did I get a vial? One empty
Yeah, he
vial.
gives you the vial. It's an
Tower.
empty
Acquire.
vial.
What was it called?
His name,
Um,
the imp's name is Zimal.
Yep.
Zivmal.
Okay.
And he is located at the Keladec Tower.
Okay.
You are to acquire his blood in this vial and give it to Glenn Primewater yourself.
Okay.
And I have no
And
idea why his
what's my
blood's
deadline
so
for this?
important, but apparently his blood is important. We'll have to find out why his blood is being used by the smugglers operation. Maybe it's poisonous or gives people hallucinations.
Cool. And then I'm going to head to my safe house for the night.
Okay. All right. Excellent. Are you going to eat at all? Go to the bathroom?
Probably do all that stuff. Get.
Do you have
ready for
food in your
bed.
inventory?
Let me look. I think I have.
If not, you might have to visit a local tavern.
Yeah. No food. So
That's
let's
not
go
good.
to the local tavern, get some food.
Okay.
Um,
What are you going to get while you're at the tavern?
Go to
Or
the
just
tavern
why
menu.
don't you just take the floor and tell me the experience you have at the tavern? What the tavern looks like, maybe some of the people that you see while you're there, what you order, and then and then conclude with you going to your safe house. But take about like 10 minutes to give the whole spiel.
Yep. I go into the tavern. I look pretty tired, right? I sit down at a table, or like I sit down at the bar, right? There's probably a bar up front with like high stools and stuff, right? I order an ale and like a loaf of bread, and like some cooked fish or whatever, right? And just happily munch away. There's probably music playing and stuff, right? Like there's people like have it. It's pretty busy, right? It's not like super busy, but like it's 12 o'clock at night. You're getting some of the drunks like falling out of their tables and stuff like that, right? It's almost last call. Um, you know, um, and I'm just gonna wait there. How long does it take to listen for rumors?
For the docks, or the room in the
Or is
tavern.
that just at the docks? I was just thinking in the tavern.
No, the tavern has conversations.
Okay.
And you'd have to listen in on their conversations.
Yeah. Like, can I just do that passively, or is it like?
No, you would have to.
People
You have to
upset?
sneak up to somebody and start listening to them.
Okay. I think I probably would just kind of chill out there and go to bed.
Okay.
I feel like the place would be starting to like push people out. Trying to get people out of there. Is there any like is there like a large table there with like anyone important? Anyone important people in the room? Probably not. It's like 12 o'clock.
No, nobody important currently at the place. I just rolled for that. So you didn't want to listen to any of the conversations whatsoever?
I might listen to one just to see. It's like the closest table to me or whatever.
You hear Burrell is a fortified outpost that is always on guard for monsters emerging from their dreadwood.
Okay. Cool. What was that called again? Name of that?
Burl,
The
Burle,
Burl.
is a fortified outpost.
Burl is a fortified outpost.
That is always guarded for
Always.
monsters emerging from the Dreadwood.
Dreadwood. All right, off to my safe house for sleep.
Okay.
I got some food. I got some whatever. How much did I spend on that?
You tell me.
Yeah, I gotta pull up charts and docs.
And then while he's
Advertising.
doing that, Fisher, it's the morning time. What are you doing?
I am. I'm gonna do a quick fish. Yeah, I'm gonna go out for 3 hours to fish, and I'll be back by 8 a.m.
All right. Did you build your
That's
boat, by
always
the way,
good.
so that we know all the stuff that's on your boat? Or did you not do that yet?
I have not done that yet. I've got to roll for treasure and whatnot. Find out how much stuff is worth. Find out how much capital I have.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm working
Do
on
they
it.
mean dinner as lunch or like supper? Like, what's the difference between supper and dinner?
Dinner is the largest meal that you eat in a day. It can be any meal, but that is the largest one that you eat.
When it comes to
I'm gonna go
HP, it heals more than the other one does.
Okay, I'm gonna go with 5 with the dinner plain, 5 silver pieces, and 1 ale. 2. What is that in conversion rate?
For what?
Copper is 1/50th or 1/100th. Gotcha.
Mhm.
So silver is 10. Okay. I converted like 1 coin into like 10 silver, right? And then gave away 7 of them. So I have like crack. Math.
Math.
Who knew kids needed math?
Nerve.
Why? So I'm sleeping, right? At this point, just kind of chilling out.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like probably pretty well fed and rested, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably used to these safe houses.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Pretty standard stuff for me. So subtract 1 GP, right? 1 SP 3 silver. I also have a red helmet now, right? Did she give me a name of the helmet at all, or no?
Nope.
That it was rare. Okay. But we know the name of that skirt, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Did Prime Water know the name, or
Prime Water told you the name of it, yeah.
do you not know the name of the helmet? Go.
The helmet doesn't have a name, it's just a leather helmet.
Okay. All right. Cool. I'm sleeping. I'm doing my stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What now?
It's up to you. I'm waiting on you. Waiting on both of you.
Okay. I'm probably gonna wake up and head towards the Helideck Tower.
Did anything happen while you were fishing for fish, or it was just a regular day out at the ocean front?
Yeah. I keep to myself pretty much. Super curmudgeon-y and unapproachable, and everybody knows to avoid the black ship.
Can you roll a 1d20?
I can, yes.
Cool.
We gotta keep your
16.
character drunk. That's what
16?
Yes.
a total of 4 marrows attached to the side of your ship and start to consume the wood.
Marrows.
Yep. Can I also have you roll a 1d20, please?
Mm-hmm. What is a marrow? Also 16.
Again. One adult bronze dragon flies overhead and sets ablaze to your sails.
What?
So your sails are gone. You don't have sails anymore, and you effectively have marrows on the side of your boat.
What is a marrow?
You'll have to find out, won't you? That's metagaming to the fucking max if I tell you any information.
Well,
That's super metagaming.
You look
all
over
right.
the side of the ship.
How would I find out they're there? Would I not find
How
out?
do you even know that they're there? You know?
Yeah,
I don't know.
exactly. How would I know that they're there? So they start eating the ship. Can I hear them? Do they create holes?
I don't know. You tell me what happens when they eat your wood from your ship.
Well, there's gonna be a hole, and it's gonna
And
start.
that's what happens, Ayana. Give me some more information, man. The fuck are they doing to your ship?
Well,
What do they look like?
I don't know. I asked you.
Why should I answer that? Use creativity, man.
Marrow.
MERROW.
Thank you. I'm like, bone marrow? What?
But if you guys look it up, you're gonna see all of the attacks, its weaknesses, all of that bullshit. If you
Yeah,
bring it up.
I just want to get a picture. So,
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. All right. So, I started noticing that things are not right. There's water accumulating below decks. And there shouldn't be, because it should be in good repair. So, I go and investigate, and I see that there's a face eating the wood.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Yep.
I don't see enough of the face to be able to communicate from here, so I grab my harpoon
Okay.
and jump into the water.
Mm-hmm.
I now have gills, blue skin, frondy bits in places. I've got eye ridges, like just there's scales and stuff going on. Like I look slightly merfishy. I've still got my legs, but there's like webbing in between my fingers and toes. So I'm moving pretty good in the water. And I'm a little alarmed when I see these creatures eating my ship.
Is this one of the? Is this what it is, Saltmark?
Sorry?
Whitefelt. You can see my screen, but
I think he's frozen again.
it's a mermaid thing.
And he's gone.
And he's gone. Bye bye, DM. What were you doing? You were like swimming around, trying to like
Yeah. So I have
figure out what's going on.
I swum under the water, and I'm looking at these mer-ish situations.
How many were there again? There was like
He said 4.
so 4 of these were.
Okay, so are you gonna attack these guys now that you entered the water, turned into your fishy side, and have gills and all this other good stuff?
No. I am first going to attempt to communicate with body language.
Okay. You cannot communicate with these animals. They have no eyes and no ears.
Got no eyes and ears.
Nope.
Is this the one I'm look at my screen,
Man.
Whitefell? Is this one of the things you're looking at?
Yes,
Those?
that is it.
Even though he has eyes and ears, but more of those?
No, the specifically the creature that I'm talking about has no eyes and no ears, and the mouth suction cups to the side of the boat, and they consume. And they don't have any weapons or anything like that, so that must be like a weaponized version of the one I have in my booklet.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. So,
But
in
they
that-
they feed off of barnacles and sea stuff that's built up off of the side of boats, and they often get carried away by eating the wood itself.
Gotcha.
super. So, in that case,
So they are simply feeding. They're not attacking you maliciously, I guess, if that's what your question is.
they got no. I try and use the harpoon as a crowbar to pry it away from the ship.
Okay, cool. Can I have a strength check on that?
Sure,
That'll be against me.
a 14.
I got a 4.
Oh.
So you pry one off, and you don't damage the boat. Do you want to try to pry the other ones off?
What I'm going to watch what it does now that I have pried it off.
It swims off into the deep blue.
Cool. I'm going to try and pry another one off of the boat.
Okay, pry it.
13.
I got 16. When you pry it, it doesn't come loose, and it pulls a large chunk of wood from your hull out, and you damage your boat instead.
Super.
How bad is the leak?
It's bad enough that I'm glad I didn't go too far from the harbor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Super specific.
I'm gonna go with
I,
something
I
like
like the
this.
vagueness. Gives you lots of room
There's
to
like
do
an
whatever the
8
fuck you
by
want.
6 inch hole in the wood at the moment.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that better for specifics?
Much better.
Okay. All right. So now I am going to attack it with the harpoon.
Okay. Just gonna stab it.
I'm just gonna stab it.
Okay. It bleeds a blue blood, and how much damage do you deal?
7.
It's got 2 HP, so you kill it instantaneously.
It's dead. Okay.
It's blue blood, draws in. Can Reef roll a 1d20?
20. Right up. Dice cam says 16.
Again? Jesus Christ. So the blood draws in. The smell is just overwhelming, and the bronze dragon that just flew overhead kind of circles around and sees that the sails have gone out, that they're no longer ablaze, and he comes in and he sets the top deck of your boat on fire for a second sweep. Your boat
Super.
is now on fire. I'm going to roll for damage. Your boat is successfully taking 8 points of damage per turn. If you built your boat, we know how many HP it has. But you haven't done that. So I'm just going to give you a temporary HP, I guess, for your boat of 200. Or that's a little bit too much, huh? That's a galley. You're not a galley. You're level 1. So you have sailboat. Sailboat with 2 sails has an HP of 120. You have 120 HP. You take 8 points from fire damage per turn.
Can I see the light of the flames under the water at this time?
Can you?
Is it bright enough? And
Is
in
it?
daylight?
Tell me if it is or not. You shouldn't have to ask
Fire would
at the
definitely
end.
be bright.
I'm going to say that initially it is not bright enough for me to see it
Okay.
yet.
All right.
Okay. Where's my list? So I swim to the next marrow
Okay.
and attempt to pry it off before the end of my turn.
Okay. The strength check. I got an 18.
Ooh, I got a 13.
Okay, so you damage your boat. How do you damage the boat? This causes a second leak.
Right. Well, I made another hole. This one's a little bigger, more like 6 by 12.
Okay. Aren't you glad none of them are attacking you?
I am a little glad that they are not bothering me necessarily. I'm going to use a last gasp and deprive it of water
Okay.
for 4 damage.
It only has 1 HP, so you you siphon all the water out of its lungs, and it now breathes in air and then dies.
Super.
And that one floats to the surface.
Okay. So I guess it's Nick's turn now.
You see a boat, the bottom of a boat coming in around 200 feet away from you, coming in towards you.
I also can now see the flames
Okay.
and swim up. I swim up and toss the harpoon onto the deck,
Okay.
returning to human state before I exit the water.
When you exit the water and sit on top of the deck of your boat that's not on fire, you stare back at a pirate ship with the flag embraced with the Pale Praw, Paleprow, and it's like it's kind of like a lobster sigil on their flag.
Okay.
And they shoot 2 harpoons that are like grappling hooks across your bow, and one enters your stairway and one enters a railing across from you. And you can definitely hear the cheering of pirates in the background. Yar! 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 Be ready! We're gonna board your boats.
Cool. So, I'm gonna grab a bucket and grab some seawater and splash out the flames on my way to run to the nearest grapple hook and attempt to remove it from my boat.
Okay.
Is that a strength check or?
I have no idea, because it says once it's embedded, you're going to have to find other means than just your bare hands to undo it.
Oh, okay. All right. Then in that case, I am going to attempt to slice through the rope.
Okay.
With my knife.
Okay. As you're cutting through the rope, you stare out at the Pale Praw, as it's an old ship whose faded hull and rat-gnawed sails belights its speed and its ferocity of its crew. Pale Praw is a ramshackled warship with an ornate rudder made from bones and wood. The rudder is not attached to the ship's wheel, and is instead operated by a team of 6.
You cut out.
Vampires.
You cut out.
At what
Last
time?
two
Dave?
words. What were they?
What?
It's operated by 6
Vampires
vampire. Oh, great.
who turn it at the command of its undead captain, Pale Praw. Pale Praw doesn't sail under the sun, and its appearance is always preceded by a heavy fog that appears without warning. So it's literally like a huge fog is rolling in around it to veil it from the sunlight.
Super.
It is said that Pale Praw has never been touched by a shipwright, despite many inquiries by what means the ship is repaired. None can say. Pale Praw is commanded by Captain Annika Sofukin. So fucking.
So inconvenient.
Sufoca.
I don't think it matters.
He is a male vampire who sails from the islands hidden by the fog, where his harbor and mansion have fallen into despair. And Aneka searches for a heart made of pearl, which contains drops of dried blood from his true love. This pearl heart has exchanged hands for decades, and the undead captain desires it above all others. The remainder of the crew of the Pale Praw is composed of undead servants, both corporal and ghostly. Necromancers are drawn to Pale Praw whenever it nears land, and is common for them to take up residence in the dark captain's below deck. The specter serves as lookout at the crow's nest, a silver skull embroidered with a white field and trimmed with silver fangs flies from the tall mast of the Pale Praw and commands the front of the boat. So the front of the boat is literally just like this huge skull and with silver fangs on it. It's going to shoot a cannonball out of the skull's mouth. AC check of 17. Does that hit your boat? Oh, you didn't build your boat. I'm going to give you a temporary AC on your boat. You got to build your boat. You got a 16 on your temporary AC. So that's a hit. I'm going to deal damage. 15 points of damage to your boat.
Okay.
Okay. Where does the cannonball strike?
Across the bow.
Okay. All right. So the bow's on fire. It goes just across the bow and doesn't hit anything?
No, it hits the bow.
Oh, it just hits the bow. Okay, excellent. So you cut the rope to one of them. The rope flies into the water. You notice that the second rope has like moss and stuff growing on it. It's got this chain interior, so when you cut at it, it doesn't cut all the way through. It gets caught on some metal.
Super.
It's at this moment in time you feel your boat get nudged as you fall to your ass as your boat gets pulled towards the other ship.
Great. I go below decks and grab a crowbar and try to pry the hook out of the stairway.
When you go down below decks, how flooded is it now that a total of 40 minutes has gone by?
There's several feet of water.
Okay.
Yeah.
You get up to the top, you have your crowbar. What is your plan?
My plan is to leverage every bit of strength that I have.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled a 11 for that hook.
Cool. I am gonna. I have a question actually. Do my stats take on the stats of the weapon when my physical form changes, or do you keep
When you're human
stats?
form, you have to use your human stats. If you're in your transformed form, you use your sword stats or your spear stats.
Oh
So
well,
your spear has
I have not
constitution.
even been doing it right. Okay.
So your
Alright.
your human form has a base of 10 on everything.
Right.
You're just a human. You have nothing
Yeah.
special.
Yeah. No, I understand. I wasn't adding strength additional to any of my rolls earlier.
Oh, while you were in your transformed state?
Correct.
Yeah, that should have all been added because you're using your.
So I should not have done damage to my boat either time, apparently. Oops. And then we learned. Okay. You got a what on your roll?
I have an 11.
Cool. Because I have, let's see, +3. I have 13.
Cool.
So I successfully pry the dang hook out of my ship. And I'm going to ignore the fire for a minute. Actually, I'm
Okay.
gonna grab another bucket of water at the side of the ship and splash it somewhere. And then haul ass. Oh, one of my sails is burnt. Haul ass with the sail that I have left back to shore.
Okay. You're going to notice that you're not going to be able to move very fast. Your ship is actually really, really in disrepair. So you're going to be going very slow, actually. In the background, you're going to hear an explosion, and it's going to be on the bow of the Pale Praw, and you're going to see several chunks of wood and parts fly into the open ocean as skeletons and undead start to patch the hole shut on the boat, allowing it to stay afloat. You look towards the direction that the explosion happened from. Do you see where it comes from?
Yes.
Okay.
What
You
is it?
notice that it's the Dreadnought. The Dreadnought is a heavy warship covered in scorched iron plates laid over with cold-colored wood. No portholes or other slits mar the perfect surface of its riveted hull. No mast can be seen to rise from the sooted deck. A cabin reinforced with steel bars sitted towards the aft, and dull red glow pulsating from within. It sinks below the water of the ocean and goes beneath its waves once again.
So we're having like a ghostly ship battle out here. I'm getting out of here.
Okay. So you're trying to still veer away. I'm
yeah.
going to roll for 3 more hooks across your bow. I have
They're still trying to catch me, and they got
8,
some other ship attacking that. Like this
8,
seems
11, and 5.
based on an AC of 16. That means none of them stick, right?
Okay. So they all miss. I'm going to fire my cannon at you. 18.
That one hits right in the belly of the ship. I now have a hole going from
19 points of damage.
Oh, my ship is so hurt.
Run. You know you're not supposed to be missing any of this stuff, too.
I don't have any music.
Just let me know if that music is loud.
Oh, okay, I was like, what are we even listening to now? We got
Yeah.
fight music.
Should be DMCA free. So White Pill shouldn't get copyrighted. It's all like video game. I see.
So I blew up a hole in the boat with my cannon fire. And then, what else?
I am attempting to convince the ship to move with all haste. So, well, I mean, I guess the sail is as open as it's gonna get. So I am,
Like the sail burned.
I have 2 sails.
There was 2 sails. Both sails were on fire from the Bronze Dragon's double
Oh,
attack.
both sails are on fire. Oh well.
Oh, that's the name of the boat.
Well, then we're moving very slow.
Mm-hmm. Plus you're sinking.
Yep.
Okay.
It's a great
All right.
thing we didn't go far out into the harbor.
Okay, you can see the docks in the distance. You're coming up on the docks. The pale praw is slowing down in the distance, and you can see that it's slowing down to evade into the fog that it came into. You arrive at the harbor in Saltmarsh, and
I have been putting out the fire on the way.
Where are you right now?
Me?
Yeah.
I think I was I'm sleeping.
No. Well,
This is out of the water at night, right? Or is that
this
no.
has taken several hours, dude. So what are you doing right
First
now?
of all, I went out at 4 o'clock in the
I was
morning.
heading towards that tower, the Zealot Tower, right?
Okay.
Is over. I can pull up our map again. Right here, over the Kelladek Tower. I'm just trying to like go over there and like inspect the areas, right?
The Hool Watchtower?
No, the Kelladek Tower.
Oh, the Kelladek Towers. Okay, yeah. So while you're walking over there, you can see in the distance a boat entering the harbor. Can you give a description on the boat that you see?
It looks pretty beat up, right? There's not really any sails. It looks like it's limping back into shore. It's probably listing a little bit. It's filling with water, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I do recognize that it's painted black, right? The entire boat is black, right?
Okay.
And I probably would recognize that as the Fisher ship, the Black Pearl, right? And it's looking like it's in trouble. So, I probably will head that way, seeing as how I might need, that's the boat I want. That's it. The boat. That's that boat, right? So I'm going to just like run towards the docks that it's going towards, right? Do I what time of day is it now?
I'm gonna call it 10:30
So it's at night or in the morning?
in the morning.
I can't use my nighttime shenanigans. I just had to use regular. Let me. I think what I'm going to do is what can I what else can I see? I don't know. Should I make a perception check?
No, you just tell me what you see. Tell me what you see.
I
You don't
probably
always
see the
have to
boat.
ask me for a perception check. You can just tell me what you see.
I see the other 2 vessels that's like fighting out probably in the middle of the harbor, right?
Okay. Well,
Um,
one of them is a lot like a submarine.
Okay.
The other one is hidden by fog.
Can I see like the like grappling hooks that are attached to Black Pearl? Are they-
No. Ayana was already got rid of all the hooks.
Dealing with those. Okay. So where are they in the water? Probably right like somewhere around in here, probably. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So like I was like running this way, trying to get to like the we'll say this is the dock coming back, right? The dock we normally park.
We'll zoom in because we you're like ultra far away. There you go. Now we can see what the hell you're looking at. Oh, what? What now?
So like this is the dock that I think the Pearl normally goes to. The one I imagine we're heading.
Sure.
You know,
Yeah.
Fisher's heading back. So, I was like over in here, coming out of the quartermaster's walls, heading towards the Keladec Tower, right? Or I was like my safe house.
Yeah, you have to
made
go
one.
through that road though. You see that dirt road? You'd have to
Yeah.
follow that dirt road, and it goes up
Okay.
a mountainside. So as you
I thought there was, like, a
ascend
bridge
the
right
dirt
here.
road, you'd be able to see
Yeah.
the boat. Yeah.
So, I imagine there's like some rowboats on the shore, right? That like I think I'm gonna grab one of those rowboats and like row towards the Black Pearl.
Sweet. As you start to row towards the Black Pearl, Fisher, what do you see?
I see a rowboat with an increasingly familiar figure in it approaching my boat.
There you go. And then just player
I'm
versus
just like,
player meet.
hey, do you need help? You look like you need help.
I need repairs.
Well, where? I mean, are we? Why? Like the boat's still fighting us, right?
No, the boats
Okay.
are they're doing their own thing. They left me alone a while.
You
Okay.
can see
They
that
left you
there's a
alone.
billowing black smoke coming from the lower hull as it starts to sink further. The boat's about halfway into the water now.
Okay. It looks like there's smoke. There's still holes. We're gonna have to do some initial repairs before we can get it into repairs. Otherwise, it's gonna be underwater soon.
It. Tell me something I don't know.
I just
So-
start like I find a bucket that's in the like. There's probably a pail in the
there are
rowboat.
several buckets
So
Yes.
on my boat.
it's
there.
a lot like the beginning of the first Caribbean movie where he comes up on the dock and it's just
Yeah.
like sinking.
Right.
He
Yeah.
takes one single foot like onto the dock and he's all like, "You're gonna need to pay for your boat to be there."
And you're like, what boat?
And the Black
like,
Pearl,
no, but is
that boat. That's what boat it is.
Yeah. So
It's still in the water pretty much, right? We can save it.
yeah, it's like half full of water at this point, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Like we're by the dock. It's gonna be all right.
Have we plugged the holes? Probably do that.
No, we have
probably
not.
put out the fires.
And there's another marrow still.
Okay, there's still another marrow.
Oh yeah. All
Okay.
right. So
then-
so first,
I'm going to
no,
take
you
out
you
my.
don't metagame.
Gotcha. I don't know that the
You
marrow's
don't
there.
you don't know. I'm just letting you know as a player. There's another marrow.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Go below decks. There's
Oh.
a hammer, a box of nails, and some spare wood.
Okay. Hammer,
There's two
nails,
holes
wood.
about yay big.
Very nice.
Cool.
Very cool.
All right. I
Maybe-
pick
maybe
up the
some
hammer and
tar
nails.
pitch, maybe some pitch tar or something like that.
There is, but in
Yeah.
order to use it, you have to heat it up.
Okay.
So the first thing is to put, like, slow the water.
Is there still fires on the boat?
No, I put the fire out on the way in. It was a very slow trip back.
I imagine there's some coals, like from that fire left, right?
Yeah,
I'm gonna,
there's
like,
some
grab
charred
a-
bits.
Yeah, there's some hot stuff. I'm gonna like take one of those buckets and like put one of those like hot pieces of coal, like a couple of them in the bottom. Take another pail, put that on top of it, and grab some tar and start like heating it up.
Okay, you're gonna have to find the barrel of pitch below decks.
Yep.
Meanwhile,
well, I was heading that way anyway, so I'm heading there. I'm
take my harpoon and slip off the side of the boat to go and find the other marrow.
okay.
Tim, is it still there?
Is it?
DM, is the
You
the
guys should
marrow
be
still
answering this,
present?
not me.
What?
Okay.
You guys should be answering this, not me.
I'm
You,
going
you
below
create
deck.
the world around you. Like I'm only
I'm
the
going
one-
below deck.
Okay. Well, the fourth marrow doesn't like to be in the shallows, and its buddies are gone. So, however it is that they communicate with one another, it effed the f off.
Okay.
Cool.
It still left
more
its
marrow.
damage in the hull. So I go back above decks, drop off my harpoon so I can appear human, and
Yep.
begin.
You
building out-
you see the Fisher transform for the first time, by the way. So
No, he's below decks.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I'm
She's-
below deck. Still.
she's
But I
below.
would have shown up. I would have shown up and seen you in fish.
What?
Which I
How?
was just like, I've already seen a Grim Reaper thing. I know that I change into cool stuff. I don't even like.
Okay, but how would
bat
you
an
have
eye.
seen him if he's not above water when the transformation happens?
Well, we already like,
When?
you know, I came up on the rowboat, right? And you were like on the deck, right? You know,
I was human.
like asking you like what, right?
I was
Ben?
human.
Okay.
You were below
Um,
deck preparing stuff when I jumped into the water, so you don't know.
Okay.
You didn't see.
Cool.
Yeah,
Alright, well,
it-
then I haven't seen that
cool.
yet.
Cool.
So I'm grabbing wood and hammer, and you know my tar is probably warmed up at this point. I'm starting to patch holes.
I am
Right,
currently bailing
um,
the ship.
Yep, you're bailing
got-
the ship.
I got a fancy pump that I am stomping on pretty good.
Cool. Right. I'm grabbing like pails of water too, and like throwing it around the ship, and trying to put out any hot spots, and you know just generally repairing, trying to get water out. But
Yeah,
So-
there we go. All right, one. Two of those.
But then, you know, I start going. You know, I've patched up the holes at the bottom, right? You know, I've used some of the wood to do that. We only had like 4 holes, right? They weren't that big. They were like bite-sized holes, right?
What? Two were bite-sized, and 2 were more like.
Big stabby bits,
Yeah, they were pretty.
Like a-
they were more
like
substantial.
a cannonball hole. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So the cannonball holes are from the exterior, and they are not causing additional water leakage. It's still damaged.
Gotcha. They were just like
Repaired.
above deck.
Yeah.
Yep.
So like one
I'm
of
just, like,
the cannonball
hastily-
holes opens a new space from above decks
Yeah.
to below decks, so that's fun.
Right.
Skylight
Yeah.
is what it is.
Would you like to see one? Right?
One
So-
what?
Here, let me turn off my full cam. This is a boat's skylight.
Oh,
Okay. So this would be placed into the deck of a ship. Right? Okay. And if I grab something like this.
Oh, that is cool.
So this is how lights on ships work. You probably have a few of these around, right? So you can definitely see below deck during the daytime with one of those.
Well, I don't have one of those around.
Yeah, you probably would have one, like one or two.
I
They'd
would
be
say
put in most
no.
ships. Okay. But well, now you have a hole there, so I definitely can see.
I do have a hole there. That means there's opportunity for what do you call it? Remodeling.
Remodeling, right?
Yeah.
So
remodeling.
I'm gonna say that I come above deck and see you kind of like finishing up your initial repairs. We've gotten most of the water out. I imagine there's still like we can't fix things perfectly, so there's like probably a slight bit of water coming in, but like we've got like buckets underneath it and stuff like that. It's like hasty repair, right?
Yeah.
Your boat's not gonna sink, but you know you
It's
probably
not-
need to take it over to
Yeah.
where's this?
I
at?
believe it's going to be in harbor for a while, and I
There's a
am
place.
not happy.
if
about it.
if you look in the chat, I put a list of like, where's it at? It's in general. We need to add it to charts and docs, but it's it is. I can pull it up.
You know, you can just
The
add
weapons thing.
charts and docs all by yourself.
Okay, I didn't
I'm
know if
just
it was
saying.
like
Nope.
locked to admin.
Nope. I've just been
Mhm.
doing it because the DM has not. Yeah,
So
so if you've got
there's
anything
a-
to go into charts and docs, please link it.
Places to buy in Saltmarsh.
Oh,
This-
yeah. I think I saw that.
Right.
Yeah, I haven't
Yeah,
updated charts and docs.
Down here at the bottom is Silverfinger's specialty, right? Which is on the north side of town, right? So he makes, sailing stuff. The boat
Yeah,
guy.
but it's just
You would probably know him as a fisherman, you know. So, you probably like I gotta take this over to him.
for what?
For
What?
that. For like repairs.
Oh, repairs are at the shipwrights.
Mhm.
Right, which is like Silverfingers. That's the guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like the specialty boat guy.
Uh-huh. Do you have money
So where's
to
that
pay
at?
for those repairs?
She probably yeah, he does, I think. Fisher does. Fisher's got the most cash of everyone.
Yeah, especially since Fisher went and bought additional nets last night at the marketplace
Nice.
and cast a whole bunch more nets and has so much fish.
I wish it told me where that
You
guy's
were
house
holding
the
all these
shipwrights
fish
was.
on your boat that's severely damaged?
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
they
they're
were
probably
below decks.
they were just in water. Yeah, they were probably like
They're
one
in
or two
barrels
might have
below
escaped,
decks.
right?
I mean, the below decks wasn't really damaged. It's just full of water. So what?
and now
They're
it's not full of
in
water.
barrels in water. They're still in the boat.
Usually you keep fish in salt. You salt them and dry them to sell them to the people. So have you been keeping the fish alive this whole time?
They've been
Yeah,
in
they're probably
barrels.
the ones in the barrel.
in
But
water.
she'd have like a.
So
he'd
the
have, like, a
process,
whole-
the process of fishing in this campaign is when you acquire fish, you put them
Mhm.
in your storage compartment or your storage room. The storage room consists of barrels and crates full of salt that you dry your fish with when you catch them. There's no holding
Okay.
cells that are like aquariums that you can
You-
keep fish in,
probably
like
got, like-
fresh in water. You put them straight in the
probably got a lot
salt,
of the
and then when
salt
you
wet.
get to the mongers, the mongers pull the fish out of the boxes, clean the salt off, de-gut them, and then clean them up, and then sell them there at the fishmongers market.
I see.
Yeah.
There's no process of keeping them alive or wet in this whole
Okay.
process.
All right.
So
all
if
right.
if they're in salt now, and you're telling me that they're below deck, that means that the barrels have been contaminated with sea salt, seawater.
Yeah, so they probably got to wait to dry and
Well, contaminated? Sure. It's seawater. The fish.
Yeah. And it's full of salt.
Full
Probably
salt.
just gotta wait for it to dry. You know,
Okay. All
Okay.
right.
you know,
I'm
like
gonna
you,
look
you
into
wait
that
for it
right
to
now,
dry. Like you probably
to-
can't. You
to
can't
see
sell them right now.
I can't
What
hear
happens
people
with the
at the same
fish,
time.
whether or not they spoil or not.
DM, I can't hear two people at the same time. I didn't hear anything either one of you said.
Go ahead, Whitefell.
I was saying that I'm going to look up how it happens if it's even possible for the fish to get ruined. If there's no possibility of the fish getting ruined, then we shouldn't even be talking about this, and the fish
Well, I
just
mean,
is good quality. You know what I mean?
Within 4 hours of being caught, no. Generally speaking, if it's cooked within 4 hours, even if you didn't clean it right away, then it's fine. So my next focus after the ship is not going to sink into the harbor right this second, or in the next 2 hours, is taking the fish over to the fish market.
Mm-hmm. So in the campaign, it reads that when you acquire fish, as long as they're kept inside of your storeroom at accurate temperatures, they stay good. But as it's read, it says accurate temperatures. So this means that you have to keep them fresh. So this means that they have a opportunity of being spoiled. So this brings up the fact of how long were you out at the ocean? How were you keeping the fish? And this is all coming into your boat build, because your boat build would allow us to know whether or not you had a cold storeroom or a dry storeroom. We would know, how many barrels of fish you can get because of how many barrels you had on board. Like there's so much vagueness in your boat because you haven't built it yet. So I'm trying to fill in as many gaps as I possibly can with the boat not having all of those answers. So like I'm gonna let you get away with it 100% this time, but like the next time you fish, like I would really, really like you to build your boat. And,
I got a note for myself right here. Build the dang boat.
Yeah.
Build
So this time, just whatever you caught, I'll let you sell for 100% at whatever price there are. That's not a big problem. But next time, I would like you to do it the way the campaign's built.
I am super cool with that.
So before Fisher lead, I'd probably try to talk to him.
Sure.
Going like, well, you seem to be in a bit of a pickle. Glad I could help with that.
I have skipped details. What is this? What are we listening to?
Sorry, that's Franco calling me.
Oh, okay.
Franco.
You're that lady who wants to borrow my boat. Is that right?
It's
yeah,
all like on fire and sunken. You're the lady who wants to borrow my boat. You can have it now.
Yep. I mean, you seem also like a pretty nice person to have around, right? People just get knocked out around you. You're also not very social, so you don't make many enemies or allies. You're not bad. You're a useful ally.
I will neither confirm or deny any of that. But if you will help me to transport this fish to the fishmonger, we'll discuss terms of borrowing my boat. And as you can see from the fish that are wrapped in barrels, various barrels, there's a lot of fish. I was highly successful today.
Excellent. So just sell all your fish to the fishmonger. You don't have to talk to them. Just sell it.
Yeah.
Sell it as you would in a video game.
That's cool. Let's see, the fishmonger's over there, and we're over here, and we got to take it from here to there, and it's a lot of fish. So here I am commandeering my fellow player to transport the fish, thereby allowing them to have a bonding moment because my character, I was told, doesn't like people.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So,
So I'm
you're
trying
gonna,
to listen. I'm
are you
trying
gonna
to be in the
assist in
game
that
and
at
give
all,
them
or
an
what?
excuse. What?
I was asking Reef if he's going to assist you.
Yeah. So I was going to talk about. Well, I've got a job over here at Keladec Tower, and apparently the dwarves pulled up something, in the mine that's needed. You wouldn't have heard anything about that, would you?
I heard a rumor that the dwarves are digging too deep.
Okay. Dwarves digging too deep. I've heard stories like this before.
Okay. I wish I had something to pack. Okay, you want me to just drive right now? I'm driving a little bit to go get some music.
So having successfully sold my catch for the day, I give Marina 5 gold for her assistance.
Hey?
And head over to the shipwright to inform them that my ship needs their attention.
Where is the shipwright?
That's a great question. I need to zoom in.
I
on
see
this
the Carpenters Guild. I imagine it would be over there.
That
the
is
Mariners
the
Guild. It'd
shipwright.
probably be
Carpenter's Guild is the shipwright.
okay.
They
Cool.
go
Well,
to the
you're
docks and they
heading
do the
this way.
repairs.
Yep.
Yeah. They go where they're needed.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So
So if
I
you look
was
at your
probably-
builders, now's a perfect time because you're going to be fixing your boat to bring up your
Oh, yeah.
builder kit and start construction on your boat. And
Yep.
Marina,
I
are
am
you going to
heading
be
over
with
to-
Fisher at that moment in time, or are you doing your own thing?
I probably would have like headed off the boat, going to go do my own thing, right?
Would you have, or is this in your best interest as the boat?
I mean,
you just broke the ice with the person that you're trying to borrow the boat from.
No shit.
Yeah.
You
And
literally
they've
took the word out of my
been
mouth.
very elusive so far, and you're gonna
probably.
leave? I mean, like,
I'll
I'm
head
playing the
I'll head with
character,
the boat.
not the player.
Right. I'll head with the boat and make sure that it gets, repaired and stuff. Right. I probably will say something like I've got jobs to do today, but I can help you. Maybe you can help me later, right? And we head towards, shipbuilding.
Okay, so
Both of you guys bring up your shipbuilders PDF, and then you both can look over it together.
yeah, so I don't think that I have a shipbuilder's PDF. I see a chart. Am I missing it?
Major Cucaracha.
I have a boat construction chart.
Where they came from?
I don't know, but they're all dead.
What is it from?
Huh?
Where did you go?
It's from Zach's message in chat.
Look at all of them. That's
Why? They're everywhere. They're all right here. Look.
Boat construction.
So
He probably put it up.
like hell.
Did you clean
How
something?
bizarre.
Huh?
Did you clean something out?
No. Oh, that guy's still alive.
got my counter,
Did you see it in the email?
vehicle construction kit.
Yeah, that thing.
Okay, there's a picture. There's a picture. for
Yeah,
vehicles.
I just sent the picture so you know which one. There's
Oh.
a total of 5 books. You only need one. The one that's included boats. I just sent you the picture so that you know which one to pick.
Okay.
So it should say your cannons, your hulls, the different types of boats you can pick from, upgrades to your already existing boat, how to build your first boat, how to roll the random encounters, random generation for your boat, HP, AC, how many rooms there is. If you keep scrolling, you get to go with all
Yeah,
your crew
that's
members.
super. I gotta go and find one and buy it. I don't even like. There's a lot of them.
Shipbuilder,
This
Dungeons.
is this is.
Yeah,
But that's the
I
PDF you
don't
need.
see. Yeah, I don't see the PDF.
Are
No, you have
on
to
Google?
search on the internet for it, and
Yeah.
then you have to buy it.
Is this what I'm
and
looking
then-
for?
No, you don't buy it. It's free.
No, yeah, I'm
Not
I'm
free.
looking for it.
I don't see a single one of them that's free.
Ship characteristics, cargo, 100 tons, speed, crew, speed.
That's it right there. How
Special
did Reef
ship
get it? How did
augmentation.
Reef get it if you're saying that it's
I got you.
I
Yeah,
have no idea
copy.
where he found it.
Putting it in, I just Google searched. Go. I put it in general. Yep.
totally my bad because I didn't send it to you guys the right way through Discord.
You're
Yeah,
good.
if you want us to
That's
know
the majority
something,
of my fault.
put it in Discord, and if you want us to refer to it later, put it in charts and docs, because making me read through everything that you guys type and then move it over, it's not
Where-
fair.
In this
Like-
in this book, where is building?
Nautical adventures, ship to ship combat rules. Okay.
You should be generating your first ship.
Yeah, generating the first ship, blah blah. But we're looking for
So right there,
building
ships.
ships.
Scroll down. Right there, ship.
Oh.
Ship types. That's the one you're going to start off with is a caravel. No, you have a sailing ship. So sailing ship is considered a fishing boat. Right there to your right. You see the fishing boat?
Now, what
Yep.
page are you on? Hold on. What are you looking at?
Page 3.
Page 3.
Yep, I
We're
have it up
we're
on-
all looking at the same thing.
on screen, Captain.
Okay,
Do you want
cool.
to zoom
Here.
in a little bit more so we can see what that says? There you go. Perfect.
Better.
Used mostly by the rustic folk of coastal villages and towns, fishing boats represent the most common type of fish encountered near ship encountered near civilized areas. Fishing boats come in a variety of forms, although all share a basic design. Most fishing boats possess a single small mast for sailing. These craft are fairly stable. A skilled sailor, as such as Colme, could take a fishing boat out to a short sea voyage. No way, you could take it on a sea voyage? That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it was, I
And
mean,
the
Yeah.
ship can hold
close to
up to, okay, so right there. Your ship can hold up to 1,000 pounds of cargo. That's 1,000 pounds of fish. See, and we're not doing pounds of fish. So why don't we put 100 fish? Your cargo can hold 100 fish.
100 fish. Woo! Okay,
That makes a lot of sense
that's
to
a lot
me.
of fish.
And features a small coveted? Is that coveted?
Coveted.
In the bow for shelter. However, the dangers involved in such a pursuit usually keep the fishing boat close to shore. Okay, so now let's build it. Scroll down. These are also different types of ships. All right, right here.
I see
So,
the
fishing
build
boat.
time and cost.
Drafting a fishing boat takes 1 foot length. There you go. There's all your schematics. Your cost for the
3 weeks
fishing
to
boat.
build.
Hey, your fishing boat's not all that expensive. It's exactly what I said. 300 gold pieces.
350, 300. Draft is a 1 foot draft. Take it in pretty shallow place. The 30 foot bed mount 1.
And then if you could look, it goes 1 through a couple. It says travel primarily on inland waterways such as rivers, lakes, and harbors. 2, must remain in sight of land. 3, must remain in sight of land of their primary mothership. 4, suitable for long sea voyages. So you can see a little bit more in depth on that.
Probably. There's probably STLs
For what?
for these boats.
I have a boat already printed and painted.
Into
Pentacounter. Okay. Keep scrolling down.
they're all types of.
Oh, sick.
Special ship augmentations.
Then we can look up a Sohar. My father would have a. Did you have a Sohar model somewhere? Sohar boat.
Yeah, put boat.
Yeah.
Oh, sick.
The 2 mast.
Yeah, double mast. But it's with the triangle masts instead of squares.
BRB.
Yeah. Very nice. So keep going. We're going on building. Keep going. Scroll down. We're going to the next segment on that page.
No draggies.
Okay, ship particulars. What does it say right there? Table 1 and table I detail the characteristics of variety. Draft is the minimum depth of water necessary to float a
Necessary.
vessel. So your vessel can float in 1 foot of water. That's pretty cool.
I would say that a fishing boat that goes on the ocean would not be able to float in 1 foot of water.
Okay. It says right there in the table, though.
I understand what it says, but a freshwater and a saltwater boat are constructed differently.
Okay.
So with a 1 foot draft, you're talking about like it's 1 foot and change, probably 2 foot of water, probably. There's gonna be variations in that, so we can give you like 2 foot draft.
Damage, resistance, vulnerability, and immunity. Ships have resistances to piercing damage. Damage from piercing weapons is halved. Okay. Ship sails and riggings have vulnerability to fire and acid. I already know that. Also, these. Oh, shit.
Sorry,
No, you're fine.
not quite the right one.
Also, these vulnerable attacks ignore the damage threshold. The sails are not vulnerable to fire or acid damage if they are wet. I did not know that. Okay.
Here.
Ships have immunity to cold and necrotic damage, of course, except that one boat that's literally an undead boat.
So, Mike,
Being
did we
inanimate
roll for
object,
weather?
they also, excuse me?
Did we roll for weather?
No, but I can if you ask me to.
Yeah.
In this
let's roll
campaign,
for
you
weather.
have to ask the DM to roll for weather.
Oh, I see.
Otherwise, it just is whatever
It's just-
you want it to be.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Like that would have an impact on things.
Yeah, if it was raining or not, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
They also have immunity to poison and psychic damage and being charmed or frightened. Yeah, because your ship's not alive. Scroll down more.
So, what other boats were there?
Keep scrolling down.
Quick. Yeah.
All right, so we're looking at fishing boat. It has one sail only. Its AC is 15. Your HP is 50. Oh, dude, you had way less fucking HP than I gave you. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
But your AC was pretty close.
Yeah, AC was pretty close. I gave you 16 for that one.
Yep.
Damage threshold. Okay, so I don't know what a damage threshold is. We're gonna have to read into that one.
As much as you can take without being like in damage, right? Probably.
It's
Without being,
below.
like,
We'll
starting to
read it.
sink.
It's below. Crew, you can have one
Yeah.
crew member, and that's just yourself. Passengers, you could have 5 passengers. That's pretty.
Yeah.
fucking
So
cool. 6
here's the thing.
passengers.
They're describing a tiny little podunk on the lake fish boat, and then they're saying it can carry 5 passengers.
Right.
I'm like, people sitting around the boat, because that's not really a passenger so much as a visitor.
I guess, but I'm not going to be picky like that. And then 100 fish. So scroll down further, and then we're going to go to what a damage threshold is.
The ship has immunity to all damage unless it takes an amount of damage equal to or greater than its damage threshold.
Okay, so I have to deal more damage than 15 points to deal damage to the ship? Scroll down
That
further.
sounds correct.
Okay. A ship has immunity to all damage unless it takes an amount of damage equal to or greater than
Gotcha.
15, in which case it takes damage as normal. Any damage that fails to meet this 15 or greater threshold is considered superficial and does not reduce the ship's hit points. So, this would qualify as the creatures that were sucking off of the wood off of the boat. When they put holes in the boat, they were superficial. They weren't significant to hurt its HP. It just caused it to start to sink. Very good. I'm glad that I was still doing that properly. As far as the cannonballs, I dealt 12 to one and 16 to another. So the 12 points would have been superficial, but the 16 that I did hit you with, that would have dealt damage. Okay.
Correct.
As far as the dragon does a minimum of 25 points of damage for fire damage. So that is perfect as well. So that those 2 sweep buys would have been fine. So I just have to remember that your damage threshold has to be higher than 15. Anytime I deal damage to you. That's fine. What is all this to the right? What is this extended voyages bullshit? Scroll up.
Roll up.
Crew.
Right.
This is the number required for a sufficient crew. A sufficient crew is needed to effectively operate this vessel. It's just you and your own. You could effectively operate. For ships that use oars, you don't need to do that. But for sailing ships, the number of crew aboard the ship may be much larger. Each crewman can only work 8 hours a day without risking exhaustion. So that's you. This is you. You can only work 8 hours a day without using exhaustion. So with any significant crew on the ship have to beach or anchor for all but 8 hours of the day. To travel 24 hours a day requires 3 shifts. Okay, so check this out. You can't even travel a 24-hour day because it takes 3 shifts of 8 hours and you can only work 8 hours. So you can effectively only sail 24 divided by 3.
Yeah, I would argue that's
9 hours. You can only sail for 9 hours. So you can work an 8-hour shift, but you can sail 9 hours. So basically, that last hour you just passed out holding the rope.
I'd still argue that you could easily sail for 12 hours and not be significantly exhausted.
You can argue all you want, but this is how it is.
Yeah, that's the rules that they wrote. But I'm like,
for extended voyages or dangerous ones, there is a real danger in losing crewmen. That's just you. So most ships carry more crewmen that are needed for a full crew, and this maximum number is are your visitors. So the dudes that are on your boat are just ship hands. They're just basically the passengers can be used as a crewman, I guess, if you want, right?
Yeah.
Scroll down. Is there a passenger qualification, or is just
What?
passengers a
Nope,
crew person?
includes total number of extra personnel, people not involved in actually operating the ship.
Yeah, so that's passengers. So technically, if you have like a passenger on the boat, they can operate the boat while you're passed out. That's cool.
Yeah, they could.
Okay, scroll down. That's pretty dope. But you're a loner, so I doubt that you'll ever have a substantial amount of people on your boat. Keep going.
That I would allow them to.
Oh, there is passengers. Indicates the total number of extra personnel. Okay, so know exactly what you just said. Fuck myself.
Mhm.
Okay, so
Yep.
scroll down. Special ship augmentations, additional passenger space, armor plating. Okay, so this is you. Do you want any of this crap? I mean, you're the one with the gold pieces. Oh, look at you. You got an actual boat.
Yeah, this should be pretty close to the fishing vessel. I know it has like 3 sails, but these don't count. Front ones don't. Just
That's pretty close. I got this one. And it's just a
yeah, that's
meager
pretty close.
vessel. And then like I got a below deck and everything, but the main part of it is that your players can play in all the different positions on the boat. Where yours is just theatrical. Yeah, but I got our boat for when you're on the high seas. Let's put this away. Ah, good God. Okay. Put this away. All right. Oh, you're still reading, Fisher?
Yep, I'm reading.
No, that's fine. Well, while Fisher's doing all that, what the hell are you doing, Marina? Fuck.
I was.
Are you suggesting stuff to Fisher? Do you see
Probably-
anything
I'm
that would
probably,
be good?
like,
I don't
looking-
know.
I'm probably like looking at things myself because I'm interested in like, oh, what kind of boats are here?
Okay.
You know,
You don't have enough money to buy your own boat?
not really. No, I've got like 100 gold pieces.
Oh wow.
Like I'm pretty poor right now. I've got to go do jobs, which I have to do today.
Maybe you can. How much is a canoe?
I mean 30 GP. But I'm like not even worried about the small stuff. I'm looking at like the big stuff. You know, like a galley. This galley only 2. That's
Galley's 30,000 GP, dude. It's quite a bit.
yeah, I know, but it's like
What about an outrigger? What is how about an
Yeah.
outrigger?
that's like a small sailing. I'm looking at like I want like a big ship. I want something caravel, maybe
Oh yeah.
like pirate. I want a pirate ship. You know? I want to grab this so I can put a caravel.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Stop.
Yeah? Oh, that's pretty cool. That's
Hmm.
awesome. What happened? What? What? Already? Hella early? You just
I
went
mean, but not like
dive off of
right
the diving
away.
board.
Not right away.
Yeah.
She's going for like.
Yeah, no shit.
So,
I
yeah,
don't
like
send you
a
photos of me,
three-mast.
so you don't have any photos of me.
No, but you're going to get over it.
I know. This looks all
Okay.
bad. Needs to be fixed. Like, I'll probably do the beard today. I just need to go to do. Or can you do the hair or what?
No, you're going to go get it all done.
Am I?
You got paid yesterday.
Yeah, and I got EDD yesterday too, so it's like 14. Yeah.
Card so we can do that.
Yeah, well, I gotta cut this short anyways today. So
Well, my card's in my purse.
Yeah.
Let's just get it. Pop it.
and then what are we gonna go all the way out to where the mall is for the hair place?
We? You can go back to
I guess I'll go.
I go
So-
stay here with Obi and then you can go.
Oh, how many times have I mentioned that?
And then that way you can, that way you can go and buy some bed.
All right. I guess
Okay.
then I have all that to do. Okay, so
Go.
I'll let you guys build your boat. I gotta cut this short today, so
Oh, okay.
I'll let you get to it. You have Discord with Reef, so you can figure out building this boat and getting this all set up.
Cool.
But yeah, we'll cut this short today because I gotta get going. I got stuff to do.
Okay. Bye.
That's fine. I got stuff to do as well. Hold on.
All right. Well, this has been a short episode for those who are watching. Thank you for coming in and watching. Sorry, it's been a kind of a hectic one with internet connections and computer failures and people not showing up. But we appreciate you coming by nonetheless for the Salt Marsh campaign. This is episode number 3, by the way. Catch us next episode. For those who are on Odyssey, I'll let you all know when our next scheduled episode is so you can get excited about that. This is the Whitefell DM, crafting your next adventure.